Hey everybody, welcome to the Snow West Show. This is a we don't get these very often. This is a special episode that we literally put this together last minute.
Yeah.
We've got a mid-season release. Like of all the years to do a mid-season release, I think this is a great year to do it, just given the circumstances. But
Yeah.
we've got a mid-season release that comes out today. I guess if you're listening to this, it's right now. Like it's out there, you can see it.
Right.
We're shooting this the day before, but real quick, let me introduce. We've got a handful of guys from Skidoo, led by Frederic Desjardins, product manager for Skidoo Snowmobiles, Vincent Deschenes, Dave Norona, Skidoo ambassador, Mason Rutledge, Skidoo ambassador, also factory Rimshaw hill climber and factory rep for Skidoo on the Rimshaw circuit. And then I'm joined here in studio by Justin Stevens, Snow West test rider. So Fred, I'm gonna just jump right in here. You guys are releasing mid-season a turbo version of the Summit Adrenaline with Edge package, right?
Yes, we do, but not only with we do 3 different SKUs. So the Edge Special Edition will be offered with one the 850 NA, okay, and 154 850 NA with the 165, and you can have it also for the premiere in season a turbo in the Edge package. So that's the 3 SKU. It will be out soon.
Can you get the turbo in both track lengths?
No, just 165.
Turbo 165 only. Okay. So what's the motivation behind this move, Fred?
We wanted to give the opportunity to the people, okay, to get a vehicle quite fully loaded. Again, I will ask Vincent to walk you through the detail, but we have here a special edition, a vehicle that we think that people will be happy with because of the feature, the accessories we put on from the crate. Okay, so you're gonna have a full package, let's say, in season, and again available either in turbo or in NA with. Unfortunately, there's no picture here. We are just talking, so it's hard to share a picture, but with a very nice carbon black and some very nice red accent. So it's a very, very nice bike, and we hope that this will bring some traffic in the showroom. Yeah.
So the Edge package, you didn't have that as a 2024 option, did you?
No. We have the Edge already since 23.
22, Fred.
22,
Yeah.
sorry. That's why we are a couple of guys just to make sure we cover everything. So we have it since 22, but it's the first time with the turbo package available in turbo and shot.
So Vincent, this particular model that's being released, this is hitting the production line today as we speak, correct?
Yeah, in fact, it started late yesterday and continued today. So Mason was on the assembly line this morning, visiting everything. So a great experience for him.
Yeah, it was awesome. The sleds, I mean, they're probably getting close to being done with them. They're built, they're getting ready to go. Pretty neat to see the process, and man, it's a really good looking snowmobile with that carbon black.
So these are all custom built by Mason? Is that?
Yeah.
You built them?
Yeah, I zipped the ties.
Did you sign them on the way out?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep. Tried them out, did some burnouts on them first.
Oh man, Mason. So did you just were able to go into the production line at the factory there and just kind of watch these being produced?
Yeah, it was awesome. They took us on a tour through it, and we kind of got to interact with some of the people working on them, and just see the whole process from the engine showing up at one end of the building and getting connected to the bulkhead and then to the tunnel, and then just all of the electronics and everything just piece by piece. Really neat to see, and yeah, it's an amazing process.
So Fred, I imagine this is a limited run, correct?
Yes, it is a limited run. If you don't mind, Ryan, I'd like Vincent to walk you through what's on the sled.
Yeah, let's jump into it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So what we did with that sled, we wanted to make it adventure ready. So we took the Edge package as a base model. So obviously based on a lightweight and agile Gen 5 platform with the mountain bodywork. And we took a selection of the most sought after accessories. So we came out with 5 accessories that are the ones that are very, very popular in the mountain segment. So the Edge package will be equipped with a few things that you can find on other spring-only models, such as the Expert. So we're talking about flexible end guards and the adjustable brake lever as well. So I'm sure that's something you already enjoyed on the Expert. And we took some also brand new accessories from Model 25, including the new seat that you can put the belt under, and the new glove box extension on the Gen 5. So increasing the storage capacity, very well integrated in the Gen 5 bodywork. And last but not least, for long adventures on the snow, obviously adding a 11-liter jerry can that will help to make those days more enjoyable for a longer period of time. So that's what we did. So,
Vincent, just for the people that aren't following that closely to this, the Edge package, this has the T-Motion flex rear suspension, similar to what, say, the Summit X would have.
Yeah. So the Edge package is, let's say, has a similar DNA as the X package. Yeah. So it's very lightweight, agile. It has a 34-inch ski stance. They pilot the S3 skis. So very similar to the X package in terms of riding feeling. Very effortless. So similar to that one, but let's say less high-end shocks, less high-end running boards, but same kind of feeling when you ride it.
So Norona, hey, jump on here. What do you think about this release?
Well, when I found out about it, it's something I've kind of asked for. Is, when you have a new customer coming into a dealership, they can feel a little bit overwhelmed. They can go on, they can watch your podcast, they can watch all these amazing videos now, but there's still a little bit in the unknown. And these guys, what's so cool about Skidoo is they never rest on their laurels, right? They're bringing stuff to the consumer instead of waiting for the consumer to come in and tell you what they want. And this is the exact perfect example of a snowmobile that you're going to see in the next few days on this release. People are going to be going in this just like when we released the Turbo in 20 and a half. It's like, here it is. Do you want it? And there's that consumer who's going to be like, holy crap, I can now get a Summit Adrenaline with Edge package with all the accessories that I need ready to go, and it's delivered right now. And to me, that's kind of the new future customer. Is this for a guy who's been sledding for 10 years? Probably not. But it's for a guy who's like coming in. We see him at the snow show. They're going back in between all the booths. What do I get? How much is this? And we've done all the guesswork, putting the best accessories that are going to help you. If anybody watches my videos and they think, Norona always talks about accessories, what you need to get. And it's like, if you actually watch them closely, my job is to have you spend as little money as possible to get the most bang out of your buck. And this is what this sled does. It's like, it does. We've done it all for you.
So the timing really couldn't be better, in my opinion, because you probably had a lot of customers that would normally, spring order a brand new sled, but maybe this year, because of the bad winter we had, kind of a thin year that we had, sat this spring out. But now here's an opportunity to walk into a dealership and buy a brand new Turbo.
Yeah.
Not only, on par with like a Summit X or something, but with all these other accessories on it.
Yeah. Great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they get a lot for what they were paying for. We're putting close to $1,000 value of accessories on it, for about 1/3 of the value. So compared to, let's say, the closest regular Edge configuration, it will be $450 more, $350 more for in US for this special edition package. So you get a lot for what you're paying for.
So what is this? What are these 3 different SKUs? What are these 3 different sleds going to retail for?
I don't have the price right now in front of me, but we can get them by the end of the podcast for sure.
Go see your dealer, right? Go see your dealer and get signed up.
Cool thing about this too, like you said, is maybe the guy that missed his chance to get a Turbo, last spring, or because of the economy or something, wasn't sure about it. now he's got a second opportunity, and the day he buys it, like out west, we're starting to get some snow and look good. He can probably go take it for a test ride right after he buys it, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great point. I mean, I woke up this morning with 6 centimeters in my driveway in Squamish. So the mountains look good, the snow's there, people are out riding already, and this is ready to go. It just, we know what our sport's like. We can get down when the snow's not good, but it's the next day when it snows, we're all out there on our machines. We live for the snow, and when we see it in the mountains, it brings everybody up to that 100% let's go attitude. And what I love about this machine, I think more than anything, is it's cost effective. All you see now online is, hey, sleds are too expensive. It's making me get out of the sport, all this stuff. And then they all compare it to the highest level snowmobile that you can purchase from any one of the manufacturers. And they forget that if you look at a base model Summit Adrenaline at what it starts at, it's actually not much more than it was for like 10 years ago. It's just that, of course, we all crave the best and the newest, and that's a great part of the sport. But again, this is someone coming into the sport. They're getting they're getting all the best things of a snowmobile for way less cost, which is in this market, as we talk about it, I think is really important. And it just shows, that Skidoo is really like they're looking out for the consumer. It's not just about, hey, we're going to give you more and we're just going to charge you for it.
Yeah, we took the time to think about it, okay, and we did probe some clients and some of our ambassadors. We can almost name this sled the Dave Norona edition. So it will be, as Dave explained it, I think it will be a big bang for the buck. Okay, you go in and you have everything you need to enjoy your ride. So, and you know what, in 2-3 years from now, if you want to exchange it, you can keep all the goodies and switch it to your next vehicle. So it's give you a good base value right there.
And that's an honor, Frederic, but I want everybody to know it's accessorized like Dave Norona, but it'll ride like Mason.
There you go.
Yeah, this morning Mason was on the line with the a Sharpie writing Dave Norona edition on each sled.
That's right, yeah.
Oh man, I think this is fantastic. That snowmobilers are an interesting bunch, and especially the deep snow segment riders. I think my neighbor who already spring ordered a Summit Expert is probably going to go put his name on one of these just to have it.
Yeah.
Because we're terrible at math out here.
Yeah.
And we're even worse with money. But if we can get qualified, we want the latest and greatest. And this thing falls in that latest category. Yeah. And you're going to have people, even though it's people will say air quotes, just a Summit Adrenaline with Edge package. There's not really a difference significant between this and the top 3 sleds out there in your lineup. But this is going to stand out because it's a mid-season release, because it came right when the snow hit. Yeah, it's going to stand out as something that everybody's going to want. And this color combo, you can never go wrong with like a dark gray or black with red. It just always wins over people.
Well, and we're always, as a sledder, we're always busy. So, honestly, you just kind of forget. And then all of a sudden there's snow, like Fred said. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, I probably need some sleds. So you run down, pick up what you need, and you're ready for the winter. So it's not out of line at all. It should do really well. So. And
man, the vibe changed. Like Dave, you were talking about, like the vibe switched, like a light switch in the last week. You got out super early in the season, Dave, and then a lot of people have been riding Pacific Northwest, Western Canada, Revelstoke. I saw some stuff last night of guys up in Revelstoke, and it was phenomenal. It looked better than it did the entire year last year. Yeah, I can't believe the people that are out riding already and the conditions that are out there.
Yeah, it's deep. Even though I've got a broken ankle, I still got my key ready to go. And, one of the things that's important too is when you talk about the look of this snowmobile, it's not an afterthought. If you saw this, if you went into a dealer and you didn't know, you'd gravitate right to that sled. It is unbelievably sharp looking. Yeah. Like it looks like a limited edition snowmobile. But other than, the turbo was yellow, and that was, I think, really important. It was bright and yellow, and it was Ski-Doo colors. This sled is kind of a different form of limited. It like, you're just like, look at that. That's like, it's almost like what Roush or someone would do with a Mustang or something. Like, they take it in the back room and they darken it out and add a few highlights and then pep it up, and you're like, that's the one I want, right?
Yeah, no, that's a good looking machine. That carbon black is just, I mean, I'm looking at pictures of it. Everything tends to pop out 10 times better in person.
Yeah, looks good.
Man, this thing looks good on paper.
And just to give you a reference point, that's the same color as we used to have on the latest Maxi in 2022. So carbon black, and obviously Spartan red is different from the Maxi, but it's a nice looking color, even more right on the snow with the sun shining on it. So.
Yeah, that's going to look good. So, Mason, I got a challenge for you. You should take one of these, the 154 2.5, and see if you can leave tomorrow. Or when do you leave? You supposed to leave today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
See if you can ride one of those home from Quebec to Idaho.
I'm sure they wouldn't mind. I'll bring it to a dealer. Whatever dealer's going to get it, I'll bring it to them.
You know what? If you say it's for YouTube, they'll back it. They'll do it. Just say it's for YouTube. Yep. Oh man, this is great. Fred, how excited are you about this release compared to previous releases who've done? You've been there for a long time, so there's a lot of stuff to compare to.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good feeling, okay, because we are right at the edge of the winter. You saw that Dave just mentioned he's having snow in his parking. The people are start riding in West Canada. We saw also Jeremy Mercier riding in good snow in Colorado. So it smells snow now, and having the opportunity to launch this at this specific time, it's not, it's always fun to release something in August or in February for next winter, but now we release something that it will be in the dealer next week, and the snow is there. So that's the combo of everything make it very interesting to be in. Yeah.
Did you hang on to this a little bit, like waiting for snow to fall, like just to time it perfectly, or was this release date already set long ago?
I'd like to say yes, okay, but you've been working with me in the factory here, so we cannot say, okay, guys, hold this on the side here. We're gonna produce when the forecast says snow the next day. Okay, it was obviously planned since a while that we were going to produce yesterday and today these limited edition. But but we knew that once we're going to do it and launch it, the next week they're going to be in the showroom. So that was definitely the target.
Awesome.
So if a customer or somebody out there listening wants to grab one of these, like you said, you have 3 different models. You have the naturally aspirated 850 E-Tech available in a 154 with a 2.5, also in a 165 with a 3.0 track, and then you have the TurboR 850 E-Tech version available in a 165 3-inch. So you've got those 3 versions, but there's only a limited amount of each, right? Are there more turbos available than NAs? Like how did you split this up?
We have the split. I don't know.
About 40% of them will be turbos, and then there's a slightly a bit more 154 than 165 NAs. So that's about the ratio that we will be producing. Yeah.
All right. So if you're listening to this, Wednesday early afternoon, and you haven't called your dealer to get one of these, you better pull that number up, and go get on a list, because these things are cool. Like, this is a very cool release.
Yeah. I'm sure out here the turbos will go quick. So,
Mason, you going to be on one of these this winter a little bit?
I don't know if I'll have a chance to beat someone to it.
Yeah, you're going to have to get home first.
I have to hurry home, yeah.
And Ian, we say, okay, this unit is coming out with some special stuff on, but we have the shot on it. We have the turbo, you mentioned it, okay, but all these, okay, are still the reference out there. So you have a full package, okay, with known things that work very well. And the shot, okay, it's like everybody now take it for granted because it's there since long time now. But you need to be on full day, okay, with a friend that does not have it, okay, to see the real benefit. And the 100% of the people that ride it, they won't go anymore without shot. So this is key, and it's on the 3 model that we launch tomorrow. So.
I was going to say that as you were beginning to talk about shot, like we do take it for granted when we ride
Right.
Skidoos a lot. And we
Yeah.
we here at Snow West, we bounce around all the different brands and spend a lot of time on everything. And you notice it when you don't have it.
Right.
But when you're on a
Yeah.
Skidoo, you just, it's second nature just to hold that
Yeah.
button down for a second and fire things up. And I've told you, Fred, before, just like some off the record conversations about Polaris guys and Arctic Cat guys and all these other people that ride sleds, and we sit down after the ride and we talk about things and talk about product innovation and where things are going. And just about everybody I ride with that's not on a Skidoo talks about shot as something that they wish that they had or wish that they could get. Just because it makes a difference. That's a significant amount of energy that you spend over the course of a ride pulling on a rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most of them you need to pull twice, so it's even better.
Oh yeah. Hey, what's your favorite feature of this, Mason?
Everything's so good, but I mean, you can't go wrong with the storage on it. That's something I'm doing to my sleds regardless. So the fact that someone, when they order this or when they purchase it, it's already there, but the extended glove box storage and then the seat having the integrated belt storage underneath. I think that's a go-to for a lot of people looking for storage on these mountain sleds. So the fact that it's all in there, figured in the purchase price, like it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, I like that. What about you, Dave? What's your if you had to pick one thing on here that is your favorite feature, what would you say?
Yeah, I think Mason said it best. The whole point of the snowmobile is that it's when you get on it, you there's nothing left to do. You just ride it. But being, coming from Carl Kuster school of thought, that adjustable brake is one thing I love because I'm a smaller guy, I have smaller hands, and again, you can adjust it right away to you. So, I love the storage bag and all that stuff. I love the clean look that underseat belt holder does. It really makes the sled look clean. But for me, it's about adjusting the sled to your body, to your height, and your feel, so that that's going to make you a better rider at the end of the day. I think the accessories just are icing on the cake to an already really wicked snowmobile. How crisp it is, how linear the turbo is. It's like when a new guy comes into the shop and whichever one they pull a trigger on, they're going to be out riding going like they're right there with all the people that kind of spring check the sled, right? Because their sled is almost like, hey, mine's like the newest, best version kind of thing.
Justin, what do you think? What's your favorite part of this mid-season release?
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea of the ready to ride. I guess you get kind of tired of, you buy a sled and then you got to think about all the extra accessories, and usually that kind of comes out of pocket or you feel like you need to. So it's nice just to have it all set up ready to ride. But I love that there's an in-season turbo. I'm not always really good at spring checking. Sometimes I just, the snow falls, then you think you want to get into it, and that would be awesome to be able to go walk in and just pick up a turbo and have it ready to go this winter and be out playing. So
yeah, well, Justin might be that neighbor that's going to go out and pick one of these up.
yeah, I'm probably that neighbor.
All right, so yeah, just a quick recap. We've got a 2025 mid-season release here. It's a Skidoo Special Edition Summit Adrenaline with Edge package, available in NA and turbo configurations. Comes with some great accessories. You got the Summit Expert handguards on there. You've got the new seat with belt storage on there. You've got the the Flex glove box up on top, the new brake lever, and a 3-gallon fuel caddy, 11 liter for you folks up north of the border. But this is a really cool setup, and the only way to get it, these are being built. They're almost done being built. They're going to be on trucks later this week, and they will be at dealerships next week. So get in touch with your Skidoo dealer as soon as possible if you want to get on the list and grab one of these. I think these are going to go fast.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, Fred, Vincent, you got anything else you want to add to this before we jump off?
No, just thank you very much for having us on your show. You are a pro team over there, so thanks a lot.
No, thanks, Fred. Appreciate that. Mason, hey, next time you're 12 hours away, give me a holler. We'll do something.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do.
All right. Frederic Desjardins, Vincent Deschenes, Dave Norona, Mason Rutledge, and Justin Stevens, thanks for joining us today. If you want to catch more episodes of the Snow West Show podcast, you can check us out on YouTube or on Apple Podcasts or anywhere that you can find Spotify. And we'll talk to you all later. Thank you.
Thanks.